Leila, 1996, directed by Dariush Mejri, is an emotional and nuanced exploration of love, family expectations, and societal pressures in Iranian culture. The film begins with a love story between Leila, a sensitive, educated young woman, and Reza, a caring and progressive man from a traditional Iranian family. Their relationship seems perfect, and they marry happily. However, the couple soon discovers that Leila is unable to have children. This diagnosis becomes the turning point in their lives, as it introduces the central conflict of the film. Reza is deeply in love with Leila, and is willing to live without children, assuring her that their marriage and love are enough. However, Reza's mother, who is a powerful and traditional figure in the family, believes that the lack of children is a major issue. She pressures Leila into allowing Reza to marry a second wife, following a traditional practice in some parts of Iranian society that permits polygamy, especially if the first wife cannot bear children. Leila initially resists this idea, deeply hurt by the suggestion, but Reza's mother continues to pressure her, reminding her that the family lineage must continue, and portraying Reza's happiness as dependent on having a child. Leila's own insecurities about her infertility make her vulnerable to this manipulation, and she slowly begins to feel that she is standing in the way of Reza's future. Despite Reza's protests and his refusal to take another wife, Leila becomes convinced that this is the only way to preserve her husband's happiness and fulfill her mother-in-law's expectations. Eventually, she agrees to let Reza marry again. This decision takes a severe emotional toll on Leila, as she suppresses her own desires and emotions to adhere to societal norms. Reza marries another woman in a small, traditional ceremony. Although Leila tries to maintain composure, her emotional suffering deepens as she watches her husband with his new wife. Despite this, the new marriage fails to bring any real happiness to Reza, who still loves Leila. Over time, the complex emotional dynamics of the situation strain their relationship further, leading to a sense of unresolved pain and lingering sadness. The film ends on a melancholic note, highlighting the emotional devastation caused by cultural and familial pressures. Reza and Leila's love for each other is ultimately overshadowed by the weight of societal expectations, and Leila is left to reflect on the sacrifices she has made. Leila is a poignant commentary on the clash between tradition and individual happiness, particularly in the context of Iranian society. The film explores the heavy burden placed on women to conform to societal and familial expectations, especially regarding motherhood and marriage. Leila's internal struggle is depicted with sensitivity, and the film emphasizes how societal pressures can break even the strongest bonds of love. Reza's character stands as a contrast to traditional masculinity, as he tries to resist the pressures of his family, yet he too is caught in the cultural web of expectations. The film's portrayal of motherhood, as a societal imperative, and the emotional toll it takes on women like Leila, makes it a significant work in Iranian cinema. In Leila, Mejri crafts a deeply emotional and human story that resonates with audiences, exploring universal themes of love, sacrifice, and the pain of unmet expectations, set against the backdrop of traditional Iranian culture.